What's going on, everyone? Happy Thursday. Hopefully everyone is doing well, staying safe, healthy, having a great day so far, and testing negative for all those viruses. It is time now for the Thursday edition of the Virus Update for Thursday, July 31st, 2025. That's right, it's the last day of July. Tomorrow we will start August. If you are new to my channel, welcome to my channel. You have reached the channel that does the daily virus update on all those viruses that can make us sick. There's a lot of viruses out there, and you need to be informed of what's going on with those viruses. That's what I do here on my channel each and every day. Want to stay informed? Subscribe down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell. Share this video with anyone you know. And of course, leave your comments down below. Alrighty, I am back home here in Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia. Vacation is over. Had a wonderful time. And now it is back to reality. And yes, that does mean I have to catch up. Yesterday was a very early in the day video, which means there's things that we missed from yesterday. It's going to take us several days to catch up. I actually stopped doing research today to record this video because, well, we're about to get some thunderstorms here. Thunderstorms are looking to be very bad. In fact, I can show you that. Yeah, take a look at this. Flash flooding, thunderstorms all over the place. So let's work with what we have, which, believe it or not, is several things, including one thing we have not taken a look at in a very long time, which I just noticed, updated, found it while I was getting the screen ready for today. So let's get right into this, shall we? First off, I have to show you this from Jelly Roll Blues, and this is really interesting. This is kind of the comparison of new daily infections of COVID, and we can see the comparison is being made once again to 2023. Take a look at this. 2025 is listed on here. Here it is in this purple line, and there is 2023 as well. And we can see here this dark green line, which is, I believe, yeah, right there, 2023. Look at the lines. They are tracking very close to each other. And many people have said this. I have said this. Now we have even more confirmation that we are following what's happening with the 2023 summer wave. So should that continue, on or about the first or second week in September, we would see a peak for this wave. But you also see a lighter green line, MAPS. I believe that's his forecast. And we can see here, it is expecting that there is going to be a peak right around the time of 2023, at or slightly above the 2023 peak. Then after that, he expects that infections will remain relatively flat. They'll drop some, and then they'll level off. You know, you're going to get all those fall activities, football games, and all that stuff. That can lead to infections as well. And if we continued to follow 2023, we don't know what the variant picture looks like for the fall or the winter holidays yet, but if we continued, well, we would definitely have a bigger wave than we saw last winter. And take a look at that. Yes, we would have a bigger wave than what we saw last winter around the holidays already. It's looking like the summer wave is going to be at or just slightly higher than that winter wave that we saw just a few months ago. So I thought this was very interesting to take a look at. And then we move on to this. Josh Gad had to just suspend and forget about his gig that he was supposed to do at the Hollywood Bowl. Will it be rescheduled? I don't know. But guess what? They actually said what the reason was. COVID-19. Yes, you know, often says illness, mysteriously illness, suddenly becoming unwell, sudden illness, whatever they use. There's a lot of different silly phrases that are used to hide COVID. Oftentimes we find out it was COVID, but here we go. In this case, it is COVID. Actor Josh Gad announced Wednesday he was withdrawing from this weekend's performances of Jesus Christ Superstar at the Hollywood Bowl because he has tested positive for COVID-19. And you know something? I've noticed people that do performances like this or theater stuff more likely to see a announcement that it's COVID than illness. I mean, still, we see a lot of people say illness, but it just seems to me like we see more people come out and say, oh, it's COVID. I mean, I haven't had a COVID positive announcement posted or in a very long time. And, well, as you know, we have an archive on my site, and one of these days I will find time to get around to that once again. Jason Manford tour dates canceled due to, quote, illness. We don't know if it's COVID. This says illness. The comedian took to social media stating that his shows are going to have to be canceled for some time. Don't know how many shows that's going to be. As of right now, it is the next 3 days have been rescheduled, but who knows? These illnesses, if it's COVID or not, sometimes they linger for quite some times, and things keep getting postponed. We've seen this happen again and again. All right, I have to show you this. Let me refresh this first because there's that annoying promotion thing that X wants you to do. I was making a post on my data report Facebook page, saw this on my feed. I immediately thought when they talked about risk of hospital stays, it would include the risk of COVID or another virus. Nope, not one mention of COVID at all. We all know hospital-acquired infections are real. The Mayo Clinic, this is the Mayo Clinic. This is, a prominent source. They are very well known. And they posted something about each year about 13.2 million adults 65 and older are hospitalized in the U.S. While hospital care can be life-saving, it also comes with risks, especially for older adults. Then they also talk about, recovery and returning to home. And then let's go to the next little picture I have here, screenshot I should say. And look at this. I didn't even bother to read the whole thing. It was really, really long. I just did Control F, which on Windows you can find something in a browser window, and I typed in COVID. 0-0. Not one mention of the word COVID. Come on, folks. Hospital-acquired infections are real. You know what? Some people can say, and I believe we've had comments here on the channel on previous virus updates, or maybe back at that time it was a pandemic update. I could say the same for X, where people have said that they know someone who died, or maybe it was a loved one or relative, who died of COVID because they picked up COVID in the hospital, otherwise known as hospital-acquired infection. It is a real thing. It is a real problem. Many have gone on to get long COVID or disabled. You go to the hospital because, I don't know, you sprained your ankle, you broke an arm, you broke a leg, you had something else go wrong. Maybe it's a heart attack, or whatever the case may be. You go to the hospital. Hey, you're going for cancer treatment. Yeah, that's a real problem. You're going for cancer treatment, and, you pick up an infection because the hospital's not cleaning the air, they're not masking, all these different things that are a problem. All walks of life go into the emergency room, and, other people do use the hospital. Now, someone correct me if I'm wrong with what I'm about to say, but there was a time where COVID patients used to go to a separate area. Is that still a thing? Are they still separating the COVID patients from the other patients? I don't even know because so many precautions have been stripped away. And I did mention cancer a moment ago. I don't think I have the story queued up today, but we just found out, there's a new story out there. I'm going to make sure I get in tomorrow's video. We just found out that if one has had cancer, they receive the treatment, they no longer have it, but sometimes cells can still live inside the body. If one has had cancer, COVID can reactivate those cells and bring cancer back. This is true. This is very sad. So, hospital-acquired infection. It's such a problem. We need to do something about it, especially for the elderly population. All right, moving on to, speaking of older population, Australia. 189 aged care homes have COVID-19 vaccination rates below 10%. Below 10%. Now, I know I have all walks of life that watch my videos. Some that are, you need to get your booster. Some that will say, the vaccines are the problem. Look, I'm not out here to have this argument. I'm here to just tell you, in Australia, 189 aged care homes have COVID-19 vaccination rates below 10%. I think that's pretty bad. 57.9% of aged care residents have been vaccinated against COVID-19 in the last 6 months. Nearly 180 aged care residents have died from the virus since the start of June. It's winter time over there. It's not summer like it is here. They clearly have a problem going on over there. This from Dennis, the COVID info guy. We have more from him now. New South Wales respiratory surveillance reports week ending July 26, 2025. The COVID positivity rate is 6.1%. That's up by 0.2%. Number of laboratories reporting COVID, 2 out of 4. COVID cases, 2,231. That's down by 5.8%. Influenza is still rising there. 8,414 cases. That's up by 4.1%. RSV, 1,738 cases. That's down by 11.9% at this time. New South Wales sequencing NB.8.1 NB.1.8.1 is now at 75% of the cases. XFG has entered the picture at 12%. As that continues to grow, we'll have to watch. Will they start to see another wave of COVID? It's possible, as XFG could, become the picture there as at a higher number in the coming weeks. KP.3 at 8%, LP.8.1, 3%, JN.1, 2%, and you know what? That was updated on July 19th. We have not seen a variant update here in the United States since, I think we can go back to June at this point, or the very beginning of July. Yeah, our now CDC Nowcast is just not updating here in the United States. It's totally ridiculous. We can see 2 out of 4 of the wastewater regions have updated there. 2 are rising, 2 are dropping. It's just split even at this time. So, yeah, COVID's still an issue there. And again, with XFG, it's slowly starting to increase there, or maybe it's starting to increase faster. That's going to eventually be a problem as well. I think it's safe to say they may see another rise from XFG. We'll have to wait and see what happens. All countries are different. The LP.1.8.1 variant did not do much here in the United States, aside from a few localized areas. All right, take a look at this. The UK update. Hey, cases have dropped there. 1,061 new cases reported there for this week's update. That's down by 27 or 2.5%. Weekly deaths, 59. That's up by 4. We can see in healthcare, 737. That number has not updated. I know it says down by 237, but this 737 number has not updated. And let's take a look at the positivity rate there. And we can see here that the positivity rate, once again, is starting to drop. They tend to see multiple different ways there. This would be, let's see, at least the second, if not the third time that the UK has gone up. 1, 2, 3, yes. Now they're dropping again. Hopefully they will stay dropping now. Will that remain the case? Honestly, I just don't know. We do see August of last year, they went up again. And then they had a big drop. Did not get hit hard there in the wintertime. So, therefore, immunity right now, it's not great. And also, they're probably missing a lot of cases. These at-home tests are really a big problem. All right, moving on. We got several more things to take a look at. Taking a look at this. Wastewater viral activity level in Canada. Have not done that in a while. COVID-19 is low. Flu A is low. Flu B is low. RSV is also listed at low. Alrighty, I was sent this by a friend earlier, sent this to me, and I think we might have mentioned this last week, but the point being is it's getting worse. There's a Legionnaire's disease cluster in New York City. Yes, New York City, a very big and populated city, one of the biggest cities in the United States. And get this, 1 dead, and now at least 22 are sick from this. So, yeah, this is not good whatsoever, and it looks like since last Friday. So, this is something, obviously, we're going to pay very close attention to see if it continues to grow. Hopefully, it does not grow bigger. I am afraid that it will. All right. I said I have something we have not taken a look at in a long time. Here it is, right here. And, there's another news story that goes along with this. I did not cue that up. Maybe I'll get it real quickly. Taking a look at this. Heat-related illnesses in the United States. Yeah, pretty much every region of the United States has at least a few counties that are dealing with them, man. Take a look at the East. Really bad. The Northeast. Really bad. Well above average number. Much higher than average heat-related illnesses. Maine, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania. Delaware is getting, look at that. Almost the whole state of Delaware. I think, yeah, almost every county in Delaware is dealing with problems. There's counties in the West Coast. There's counties in the South dealing with heat-related illnesses. And we've been seeing increased number of calls from EMS for this as well. Now let's take a look at this. I just queued this up here. 11 members of high school band taken to hospital due to heat-related illness during practice. This is happening in Mississippi. This is really not good whatsoever. Cases like this are probably going to be popping up all around the country. It's been oh so hot. There's a break coming for the Northeast this weekend. That's that front that's coming through. You may have just heard it. We have thunder here now. But next week it may heat up again in many different places, and not everywhere is going to see relief from the heat. And as we know, in many places such as the South and the West, not only does this last in August, it now continues into September. So this is a real problem. There will be a thread today with many of the things that you saw here You want to read more details about this story or some of the other stories, you'll be able to do that. I'm making a post today. Taking a look at this. Air qualities. This is something else that's a problem. In a normal situation, this weekend would be nice in the east. It may not be. Take a look. Behind us front. Look what's coming. Here comes the wildfire smoke again. It's already showing up in New England. The Midwest is getting hit really hard from this. It's showing up in portions of Canada. And we're going to see several more rounds of this. The wildfires are really bad. I'm going to get some tweets out about these wildfires at some point today. Like I said, today is a catch-up day. Probably going to be the most number of posts I made on X in a very long time. Probably dating back to winter. All right, getting back on track here. West Coast, few minor problems. Nothing as bad as what's in the Northern Plains, Great Lakes, and, well, now the Northeast as well, and the Southeast. And I should make a note here. This smoke moving in, believe it or not, that can actually add extra fuel to thunderstorms, so that could only make things worse for the flash flooding that's occurring today in portions of the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. All right, taking a look at Florida. The number of sick person calls, they've been going back up again. Remember there was a little lull there for a couple days? I happened to take a look at this last night when I was getting this screen ready. There were a ton of sick person calls at 12:30 at night. There were a ton this morning. Right now I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. And don't be alarmed when we get to the Philadelphia counties. You're going to see some really bad things here in just a moment. First off, Tuesday, Philadelphia had 854 EMS incidents. And look at this. 918 EMS incidents were reported for Wednesday. Real quick, we haven't shown Philadelphia for a while. Wastewater is flat to just slightly rising at this time. And the hospitalization trend, if it loads here, there it is. It's not doing too bad right now. Now, take a look at all the ambulance calls. Montgomery County, okay, 11 calls right now. That's not terrible. Chester County? Wait till you see this. Look at all these EMS incidents. We do see sick person. We do see falls. Just see a load of things going on right now in Chester County, Pennsylvania. Don't have Bucks County queued up today. We'll get that back into the mix for tomorrow. Take a look at the hospital situation. Lehigh Valley has a few hospitals with problems. Also, Northeast Pennsylvania has a few hospitals, and Southeast Pennsylvania has a few hospitals with problems. Taking a look at what's going on in New Jersey, I think everything's back to green now. There was some red this morning. Yeah, everything's normal in New Jersey once again, so that is good to report. Taking a look at the Walgreens COVID positivity rate this week, 30.7%. You can see here, overall, that has been continuing to trend higher since, it started going up again back in May, and it just continues to go up. Eventually it will peak, but I don't think we're there yet. Let's just take a look at a few states. We can see Pennsylvania, a 27.8% positivity rate. Yeah, that went up by 20.1% in 1 week. Only 18 people went to Walgreens for a test this week. That is ridiculous. California, a lot more people went there for a test. 137 versus 98 tests, but take a look. The positivity rate is 34.3%. That is up by 9.8%. Clearly, COVID is rapidly rising there. COVID is rapidly rising in Florida as well. 36.2% positivity rate. That's up by 5.7%. Total tests, 580 versus 488. Michigan. I know I have a lot of followers from Michigan. You're not doing much testing. 25 versus 23 tests. Positivity rate is 20%. That's up by 11.3%. All right. I would love to show more states here. We got to move on. We have more things to look at. New York State. Now, and I need to refresh this. Okay. It just refreshed for me. I was wondering if we would get New York State today. 620 people tested positive on the new update. Today is New York City Day and at-home test. I mean, we're missing a lot of the cases here. But seems like the new time for New York State to update now is, 2:15? Yeah, seems like between 2 and 2:15 is the new time. So if I do those early morning updates that happen once in a while where I post it later in the day, we've done that a few times. Those days will not include New York State. Let's take a look at the hospitalizations. And yep, that just updated as well. Not as big of an increase today. 308 people hospitalized, 25 in the ICU. Let's also take a look at New York City. You can see that continue to go up at this time. I was going to show, I still will. Here's the New York City page. Last 7 days, 253 is the daily average for cases. Again, New York City is a major, massive city. At-home test is why we're probably missing some cases there. Taking a look at what is going on with this. This is wastewater. We can see Medium for COVID in the Northeast, the South, and the West. High levels right now in the Great Lakes region and the Midwest. But I did want to show you this, and I think this is going to correct. Even if it does correct, this is really bad. I mean, even if we X out the end of this, take a look at this chart. Yeah, you can see here, 1 update, 2, 3, I can't even count how many there are. Probably well north of 10 updates here, right? Yeah, about 10 updates. So even if you X out some of this, we'll say up to about here and on. The Northeast is growing big time now for COVID. Yeah, not only is that bad, it's a little bit early this year because usually the Northeast is a victim of back to school. Like the South will start to peak, the West will start to peak, then the Northeast will, go higher. And here we are. I am going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 updates. So if we X out the last 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll just say up to about July 20th. We'll say after that, incomplete data, not accurate. That is still a big turnaround and a big increase in the Northeast now. That's concerning that's happening that fast. I did just see on the map there where I was in Maine. Yeah, that's starting to go up now as well. And if we take a look elsewhere, let's go back to COVID real quickly. Take a look at the Bay Area. Or just take Sacramento. Take a look at all this area of California. Yeah, not going good for COVID there. As we know, rates are continuing to rise. I probably could set this up to where I could do a California-only chart. Look at Woodland, California. Rapidly rising. Everywhere else on the West Coast, we'll get a better sense of what's going on there tomorrow. One last thing I do want to take a look at today are some numbers from CJS. Ohio did just come in. We'll get to that tomorrow because this is a long enough video for you as is. Taking a look at this from CJS, this is his midweek update of COVID information. He says, aside from growing numbers from the southeast corner of the nation, Puerto Rico's higher numbers might be make up from lower figures posted last Friday and the weekend. Maryland, his current home state, and Virginia are also popping nuts. Still popping, meaning they're going up. And Washington State has had an apparent surge of emergency department visits to their highest levels of 2025. And New York is also now trending in the wrong way. We just saw that. Cases continue to go up in New York. Tuesday numbers, Florida. Daily infections, 1,501 new cases and 1 new death. New York, 463 new cases. Puerto Rico, 1,011 cases. Again, likely some makeup there. Maryland, 800 new cases and 1 new death. Virginia, weekly number here. Virginia not doing good. 1,502 new positive tests. And then Wednesday, yesterday, Florida had 2,093 new cases in 1 day and 13 new deaths. I think their deaths may now be starting to go up. New York, 404 new cases. Puerto Rico, 913 new cases and 12 new deaths. Puerto Rico generally updates deaths just once per week. Washington, weekly number, 538 emergency department visits, their highest weekly count of 2025, and 7 new deaths. Alrighty, folks, that does it for today's virus update. This was a long one. I think tomorrow's probably going to be another long update. If you enjoyed today's long virus update, give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, subscribe down below. Hit that notification bell. Share this video with anyone you know. Leave your comments down below. If you'd like to support my work here on the channel, there's ways to become a Patreon member. There's PayPal. There's other ways. I think I may be doing some member-only content other on Patreon. And if I do that, eventually that stuff will also carry over to when I start up the membership thing here. I don't know what it will be. Maybe just an extra video, or if I post something early, I don't know, or maybe it's my health. I don't know. I do know here on YouTube, if I do start that membership thing, any video that I record in advance early, you'll have access to that early. I don't know when that's going to be. Alrighty, folks, I'll see you again tomorrow. Until I see you again tomorrow, stay safe, everyone. Have a fantastic Thursday afternoon, and thanks for watching.